something a little different here with the Dispatch Master. I tried playing just to show you guys a little chord, how to connect some of these like little melody things. I know some of this is not easy, but that's the idea. I'm seeing, I'll be honest with you guys, it's here Wednesday, I'd say early afternoon, I think at this point. I'm not sure what time it is. Had a great hang last night. Tuesday night is a hell of a night in East Nashville with the Honky Tonk Tuesday. Then the after party at the Underdog. And then Adam Levy was doing a gig with Paul Cowart and Jordan Perlson at the Madison Bowling Alley, Eastside Bowl, that our friend Jamie Rubin owns. And then old school guys from Nashville had the Family Wash and all these places. And then in the other room was a thing called the Pitch Meeting, where this band backs up all these songwriters, and then they had Marty Schwartz and Tomo Fujitu and Mike Gannon, who's a great young guitar player here, and they all got up and played. It was just a fun night, hanging and talking to good friends Brett Papa and Jack Roosh and Ollie Freed, and a bunch of cats were there, and just a fun night. Anyway, I've been doing so many lessons lately and a bunch of stuff, getting ready for a hell of a weekend, as I told you guys, with Marty and that special guest at that thing, and then Nantucket, and then back to do the Country Music Hall of Fame Theater with Oates, and then more trio stuff and all that. But I wanted to tell you guys too, if you really want to help out on this channel and with everything that I'm doing, please sign up for our newsletter, which is basically like a blog. It's not a lot of reading. It's more photo highlights and some cool videos, and we add in a bunch of stuff just to make it really fun. And so we always say we want to keep you informed, but not wear you out. So we send it out every 2 weeks, and it's just fun, man. I'm more proud of this newsletter than I am anything. It's just it's a fun thing to do, and Ashley's got me on a really good platform for that really looks good, and we make sure that it reads well and all that. So please sign up for the newsletter. I'm trying to build this mailing list as we go on here, and so just constantly having meetings and stuff, trying to figure out how to cut through the noise, man, with all this stuff. It's like Tom said on his channel, Uncle Larry, he's like, man, somebody asked, like, how come all the guys that aren't professional players have more subscribers and they're making more money than the guys that are real players? And I don't know. I think he's right with none of us want to sit and watch somebody that's better at something than we'll ever be. It's no human wants to do that. So, but anyway, I'm seeing a lot of people, and I'll revisit a few things here. I'm just seeing a lot of people that are going through the motions without really connecting it to anything musical. Well, you know what I'm going to tell you is the time spent is, and a lot of people lately, even in a couple of these meetings in the past couple of days, they're like, man, you know, if you as far as the education side of this, you know, and they're hobbyist guitar players, are like, man, you really got to dumb it down and make it simple. But I can't really do that because, I mean, I can do that. But I feel that if I show you something really simple, I'm doing you a disservice if I don't show you what it's connected to. And so everything on this fingerboard is coming from chords. And so the more chords you can learn and see how this stuff is connected, the melodies and everything that you want to be able to play are in the chord, the arpeggio, the pentatonic, and the major scale. This is like bar one, level one of learning the guitar. You have to know your chords, because otherwise you're just going to always be fragmented and nothing is going to ever connect. You have to do this. And so it's not that hard once you compartmentalize it into these triads, and it's not all different stuff. It's all the same stuff. It's you know, and you'll start seeing how so much of this stuff is connected. If I do this out of the C-shaped G chord, well then and out of the D shape into the E shape. Right, that's the same notes. That's everywhere. everywhere. So it's all connected, and I'm trying to, you know, instill that fundamental, you know, in you guys. And so it's like all this stuff I'm just seeing from years and years of, okay, I know these shapes and my hand knows where to go. It's even things that like hand position, they get overlooked. I mean, the hand position, even, you know, it's all connected to the shapes, because as this moves up, then it allows these fingers to play the proper scales around each chord shape moving up the neck. And that's how you develop speed, that's how you develop confidence, that's how you develop a good core set of fundamentals. But what I'm seeing is guys are kind of picking up the guitar, and it shouldn't be that hard to make something musical. And so, you know, I see a lot of people that there's no foundation of anything musical, which we need to get back to. Like I said, practice with your eyes closed for a minute. Do something that really helps train your ear, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to get you there. It's a combination of the mechanics of it, and then the musical part is your ear, right? So, and a connection of those two things. So we really need to get back down to the fundamental level of what making music is: rhythm, harmony, melody, groove, you know, and some of those things are intertwined, of course. But I mean, just sitting down and going, you know, or even simpler. Got to be able to do that and keep the timing going. I mean, this is like fundamental stuff. I mean, anything before this is like learning how to hold the pick and fret the neck without, you know, without buzzing and things like that, and just overall hand strength. I mean, those are things that are just, you got to know that. I mean, so to get to actual playing is combining these fundamentals. So also enough of that, but getting into this part here, what is going to be talking a little bit about, just for a second, about having a foundation, of a tonal foundation, not just a fundamental, you know, mechanics foundation, but a tonal center, backing tracks, playing along to records. You know, you gotta establish an ear to go in these directions that I keep preaching about: major, minor, dominant 7, major 7. So I see a lot of guys, if you're playing a dominant 7 chord, look at the notes of that chord. If you find yourself playing a dominant 7 chord with a major 3rd in it, then why would you keep playing the minor 3rd? I mean, it's just some of these things we can figure out on our own. The note in the chord is the note you want to emphasize with your lead guitar playing. Now, you can play that flat 3, but you're going to have to bend it a little bit so it's not such a stark contrast to that major 3rd. There's a few exceptions, but they got to be really tasteful, and sometimes getting off some of these notes pretty quick. Again, landing on chord tones is not just going to the chord tone and playing it. You got to lead there with some scale notes to make these things right. There's phrasing there. Be careful what notes you're landing on and emphasizing. Again, here's a great exercise for phrasing, targeting chord tones without it sounding like an exercise. Then start manipulating that once your hand position, you know. kind of stuff I'm talking about. So be careful. Just because the 2 is in the scale, you got to be careful about. I mean, that was not a great example, but you'll know, when it's not sounding right. But the other thing is have a minute where you practice going through these major, like just the major chord, right? You take A major. We're in B for a minute, but take A major and change it up a little bit so your ear's not just getting used to one thing for so long. But we got to start breaking out of some of these bad habits. Couple things I'm pushing up on you guys a little bit today. The vibrato, the nervous vibrato. That's something to definitely check out. I know it can make you sound out of tune. Another thing is gripping chords, and you're bending them out of tune without even knowing it. You gotta it's a soft touch, man. Lay that hand on there and just a real light touch, right? Otherwise, it's gonna go out of tune. Another thing is making sure your guitar is in tune. I hear a lot of guys coming in for lessons they're out of tune and like pretty bad. So we got to really focus on staying in tune, playing in tune, and knowing what that is, and knowing what those bad habits are. Bending in tune. Grab the note you want to bend to and bend up to it. Let your ear follow that, right? These are all things that you can do on your own that are going to improve your playing. Again, having a foundation. Play like A major. I'm a little out of tune, sorry. Speaking of. So like this. So get the chord in your head first, and then start playing around it. A major. Okay, that's a 5. So, but you're not letting your ear waver. It doesn't have to be complicated. Simpler the better. This is to keep you just in that tonal center, that frame of the A major sound. Now, I don't care if you do E major, D major, G major. It just needs to be major, minor, dominant 7. So we're really getting the sound. Major 7. Major, minor. These are big differences. One note makes all the difference in the world. So now I might go to A minor. Play. And then really get into that. Maybe play one of these nice scales. I've shown you those, the major pentatonic with the added B note to it. So you're getting that sound. I'm not doing a lot of this, let's stay away from that. All right, get more into this kind of, this minor. some stuff out. Have some fun with it. Okay, dominant 7. Dominant 7 scale. You can call it mixed linear if you want, but I don't like that because modes I think are a dark path. D7. E7, same thing, same framework. D7, A7. Major up, sliding, flat 7 quickly because we're outlining that chord. Go to D7, E7, A7. It's like simple boogie woogie. D, E, that's really the framework of playing over a dominant 7 chord. Major 7. You're emphasizing the note that changes in the chord when you're playing lead guitar. If you jump into that concept, you're gonna find some cool shit. These triads, right? I tried to do a little rhythm thing on this a few weeks back, I think, but man, just have some fun with this. Watch. Sorry. A, B minor, A, but it's all over A. Wherever you want to go, but let's start kicking it up a notch here, guys. Let's do some focusing and let's do some thinking and let's do some finding some of this stuff out on our own with these tools that I'm showing you. The numbers of the scale to find the 1, 3, 5 if you're stuck. Really mapping out these triads and these big chords and really trying to connect this stuff because that's what's going to work. All right. Hey guys, sorry I pushed up on you a little bit on this lesson. I hope it motivates you and inspires you a little bit to keep working hard. I certainly am, mainly on trying to figure out how to cut through the noise of the music industry these days. I'm trying to figure out how to release this Uncle Larry GT record where we're not going to just get thrown on the shelf somewhere. And so I've been having meetings every day. But please check out the mailing list and all that stuff. Check the links below. Artist Works and all that stuff helps us stay afloat so we don't have to go tour with some horrible pop country band on the road, because that ain't gonna happen. Let me tell you that right now. All right, guys. Hey, thanks so much. More to come. I'm gonna get back into telling some stories and some fun stuff. But this one I wanted to get into some kind of serious things. I've been seeing a lot of things lately. So thanks a bunch, guys. Another one coming soon. See y'all down the road or in one of these gigs that we're doing or something like that. And thanks for everybody for coming out and supporting us at the Underdog. There's been some fantastic nights there. All right, guys. See you soon. Thanks.